So I was going to try to not get political on Facebook anymore, but I just heard something that I can't ignore. I just heard a soundbite from Beto at a rally this weekend, and he was asked the question on whether or not he supported third trimester abortion. And more specifically than that, the person asking the question said, in the third trimester, if there was a medical emergency for the mother, the baby can be removed via C-section and not have to be killed. And then she said, with that in mind, do you support third trimester abortion? And his answer was the most cowardly, pandering, sick answer that he could have given, aside from just a flat-out yes. He says, the question is regarding reproductive health, and I have always believed that reproductive health should be the choice of the mother. We're talking third trimester abortions. That is just sick, okay? I cannot just sit back and not say something about this. And the problem is, society has gotten to this place where I don't even know how we've gotten here, but we have politicians and people of prominence trying to excuse this sort of thing. It doesn't make, there is no reason for it. You know what the worst part of it was? That when he gave that answer, there was thunderous applause of the morons in the audience who thought that was a good answer. There is no reason. We're talking third trimester. The baby is formed. The baby can survive outside of the womb. It may need to go in an incubator, but it would be fine. If it was simply the mother didn't want the baby, there's an easy answer for that. She can have the baby and leave the hospital and never have to see the baby again. I don't understand how we've gotten to this point. I can't be alone on this. I hope I'm not alone on this. I'm kind of raising my voice right now because this is a serious issue. We're not talking about property taxes or income tax or something stupid like that, okay? I care about those things, but not that much. This is a life of a child. How in the world, in a civilized society, have we gotten to the point where it's okay, where people can dismiss this as reproductive health? Don't give me the crap baloney about the woman's health, okay? Because that doesn't apply, okay? If they've gotten to that point where it's third trimester, the baby has to come out somehow. You don't have to kill it to get it out. You know what? Beto is also the same guy who wrote a poem when he was 15 years old about running over children in his car and the ecstasy that it made him feel. You sure it was a poem? In his fantasy of his poem, it says by the time he got home, he had run over 38 people. This is a poem that this guy wrote. Does that sound like a normal person to you? It sounds to me like somebody with some sort of psychotic problem. Because I'll tell you what, if I were a teacher and I saw this poem, or I was a parent and I found this poem, there would be some serious questioning happening. Because that shows that there is no respect for human life. Which kind of explains why he'd be okay with third trimester abortions. But that doesn't explain the rest of all these other politicians that are trying to excuse this. It doesn't make sense. And there is no reason for it. It is sick. And I just hope to God that I am not the only one. So please tell me I'm not the only one. We have to raise our voices. We can't sit down and let things just happen and assume that the politicians have our best interests in mind. I don't know how we got here.